Whoa. Hello, everybody, and welcome to TOFFEE BLUECAST. Get involved, get in the comments. If you can, come over to YouTube. The link is there on Twitter. If you just want to comment on Twitter, we still get your comments as well. Everton fans, it's time to get together. The pre-match the night before, Brighton at home against Everton. This is it, Paul. How are you feeling?
I thought, well, not too bad. I mean, I'm not overly confident, but I'm a little bit indifferent, I suppose. I'm looking ahead almost to West Ham already. It's not a free hit away at Brighton. You know, I think we're very capable of getting something, but we're certainly underdogs anyway.
Now, I was putting a few things together as well. I've just got that Brighton game in my head away last season, but then when you do look at the team, you realise that it might not be the same game, and we'll go through that. By the way, if there is anyone new on the channel, first of all, hit that like, and the regulars, hit that like earlier on so you don't have to do it, so the stream does go around just to help us TOFFEE BLUECASTers. Right, the way we do things is we'll look at the last 5 games of Brighton. We normally get a Brighton fan on, but they were scared, so we didn't get one. We look at the last 5 games of Brighton, last 5 games of Everton to get an idea of the form. Then what we do on the show is Paul will give his lineup, I'll give my lineup, and we want you, yes, you, the Everton fan listening right now, we want your lineup. Don't be scared. Get your lineups in the comments when we ask for it, and we'll read them out and say what we think, and then we finish with a score prediction. Nice routine. What a pre-match this is going to be. Right, get involved in the comments as well. Like I say, you comment on Twitter, we still see it. Luckily, it goes over to the TOFFEE BLUECAST Twitter as well. So let's have a good night and let's get ready for this game. Before we look at anything, I think we need a bit of boost, don't we, Paul? Come on, we need a bit of boost. This is a biggie. Come on. Come on.
Friday.
Water.
Oh, what a week.
Oh, Friday, baby. Let's do this. Saturday, tomorrow, big game. Right, so let's get it on the screen. Last 5 games of them. Last 5 games of them. Since we've been getting a lot of D, don't it, Paul? You know what I mean? It's if you know
few
what
Ds.
Since we've been getting a lot of D, mate.
Yeah, January, February has been a couple of months of D.
Tarkowski's been given the D, and it seems Everton have been getting a lot of D there. Look, draw. And that's what I mean by D, people. You know what I mean? But a little bit of fun there. But yeah, love it. Forest, there you are.
We're all in the mire.
Big shout out to you. We're all, as they say, we're all in this together. Yeah, let's hit that before we even talk about this, Paul. I mean, Forest has popped up. Why not? What's going on? I feel like I've been waiting forever here. What is going on?
It's ridiculous. I mean, they must know. They must know because they've done it. So how the hell haven't they announced anything? And like we were saying on the on that relegation Royal Rumble the last week, is that all the clubs want to know. It does affect them. And from what Dyche has said in press this week as well, it's affecting our performances a little bit as well. We're almost hoping that will be. We're almost playing like a mid-table team, but not being in mid-table. But we could be, but we might not be. So it's messing with messing with fans' heads, and it's messing now with players' motivation and heads as well. I would have thought.
Well, when you play football, if you play football, even if you don't play football and you're just an Everton fan, by the way, you continuously look at the league table after every game. It's just what you do as a footballer. So when you play, you look at the league table. It's what you're competing against. It's your competition, that table. And I think for the Premier League to put us back in the Premier League this season after us staying up, but yet mess about with us like they're doing, it's just wrong. Like, the competition is just run so bad this season. Let us
Yeah.
know what we're dealing with. Are we going to have more points? Are we going to have less points? What are you going to do to us? Like, we need to know. And it's not
Can
fair
you?
to pile it right on at the end as well, Paul, when we don't even know what we're fighting against. I mean, if they are going to not give us any points back and add more points, we need to know now so we can probably
Yeah.
put in that extra effort, because it will.
Can you?
No matter
Would
what
you?
people say, Paul, or they say, Paul, or they say like, oh, you need to act like you're not going to get the points back anyway.
Yeah.
But if it does come out that we don't get none back and we do get a few more, our players will have to do absolutely everything, and they will fight more just by knowing that. So we need to know if that is the case, because you will fight more if it's a bigger punishment.
Yeah.
We just need to know.
Imagine if this situation that we're in now were with a team in the top 4, or even at the top of the table, or had anything to do with Europe. Do you reckon they would have delayed to this point? There's absolutely no frigging chance. Absolutely no chance whatsoever. Because it'd be higher profile. There'd be their, favourite 6 or whatever on the blower to them and saying, you've got to sort this out now. So they'd take the piss out of anyone who's outside that top 6, 7. And we're used to it, but it shouldn't even happen. Lulu's right. I wish we could sort of file a lawsuit against the Premier League. If it carries on and we end up having massive points taken off, again or whatever, then all hell will break loose. Really would.
Just completely killed a season. Honestly, you can't get a feel for it, if you know what I mean. That's the best way to put it. You can't get a feel for it. You don't know what you're working with. Like, you just don't know. You don't know what they're going to do. Like, you have got in your head, what are they going to do? Even you could tell, even like you just said, Paul, in the press conference, you could tell that even Sean Dyche is thinking this is taking the rip now. Because at first, Sean Dyche was like, oh, we just need to play like and not even think about that. But even Sean Dyche just started to say, we do need to know what we're going to get, though. Like, we do need to know what we're working with. Like, it's gone way over now. It's gone way over.
And Emma's right. There's no excuse for manager maybe not picking the right side, or players not doing what they should do on the pitch. I do understand. I think Cass is right. There's not been a word from Sky at all this week. There'd be bloody uproar. If it was them across the park, or it was City or whoever, there'd be bloody uproar, right? Every day, every 5 seconds. It'd just be. Do you know what I mean?
If it was the shark, mate, I'll tell you something. Klopp and everyone would be talking about it. It would, like you say, it would be the biggest talk every day. And because it's Everton, it's a joke. It is just frustrating. Another comment there by the Forest podcast. Forest all over podcast. Everton don't deserve to go down because of. No, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I'd like to think we're going to get points back and we can relax. But then you have also got the scenario where you might not get none back and you could get like 5-10 more.
Yeah, and just to share, I haven't even got my mic up. Just to share something that the relegate, like the Royal Rumble that we had. The lads who came on the podcast last week, we had a few minutes to chat, didn't we, afterwards? And it was actually Chris, the Forest fan, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, he stayed in.
He asked everyone what they thought about the Premier League and their running of it and everything else. And to be fair, they were all sympathetic to our situation. I think because they're, Forest are sort of more involved in potentially getting something taken themselves. But everyone outside of, that handful at the top of the league, they're pissed off with it. Absolutely pissed off. It's the decisions on the pitch. It's the way it's being run outside. It's the clear and obvious, and they're not even hiding it, bias nature towards sides that are just making them more money. And we just have to sit there and take it every week. So we're not on our own in the way we're thinking anyway. That's what I was trying to say.
Longest 48 hours ever. I give up now. I generally thought, I honestly did think it would be either yesterday or the day before. It's going past a joke now. A lot of Everton fans all over Twitter. I know a few. Dave said the other day, he said, can't be arsed with it anymore. it's just a joke. Like, generally, it is a joke. I can't be arsed for it. And then it makes you, like, deflated going into, like, Everton. It makes you deflated about your own team, and that's what I'm trying to say. It just even motivates you when you don't need to be. We need to be focused and we need to be motivated, and that's what we're going to do now.
Yeah.
Right, let's get ready for this game then. That's what I say. That is my point. That we just talked about it now, and instantly I got drained just talking about it. And I come on positive because I'm ready for this Brighton game. And I spoke about it for 5-10 minutes, and it just drains you. Premier League are a frigging joke. Masters is an idiot. Honestly, he's just do things properly. I honestly thought, Paul, with how bad they've done things, I think we'll get a few points back, hopefully, fingers crossed. But I thought with how bad they've done things, with how stupid they've made them look, with how stupid they made themselves look, they'd at least do this last part quickly, organised, give us the points back, and show a bit of authority that they can actually do things properly. But once again, they're finishing it, showing that they're shite. Right, here we go then. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's talk about Everton first, then we'll move on to Brighton. Everton, Paul.
Triple D.
Yeah. Triple D.
Where are we?
Triple D there.
I know. I mean, thank God thank God for Onana, eh?
Saved us in that Palace game. That would have hurt a lot more. That's when you realise, though, that's after that Crystal Palace game, you're just so frustrated with the first half that we didn't win the game. But then when you look back now and you think, imagine if Crystal Palace would have won that. I would have hurt now looking at that, knowing that they actually beat us on that last game. But we are, as much as people won't like to hear this, we are unbeaten in 4 of our last 5 Premier League games. Which isn't easy, because obviously when you play a game, a team does go out to beat you. And in 4 of those games, we haven't been beat. Now, that is a positive. I know people will say that's not good, but it is kind of good, isn't it, Paul? We are defending well.
And, I mean, the rumours are we're not in the bottom 3. It's not all doom and gloom. Not all doom and gloom.
It was a scary game, that, though, because obviously Luton did go ahead. And I don't mind Luton. I was quite happy for them when there was ahead. But it obviously it makes our job a bit easier if they didn't win. I didn't know what I wanted that game. Here we go then. So you've got Everton, Villa, odd game, draw. Fulham, odd game, draw.
Yeah.
Spurs,
goals,
odd game, draw. Man City, it was a draw till 70th minute. And then Crystal Palace, I'd say that's the only game that frustrated me a little bit, but we still drew. So our form's not that bad, I don't think. I think we just need to start scoring and winning games.
Yeah, could be worse. Could be worse. Brighton, they're up and down, aren't they?
Better than what I thought, though. I thought they was playing poor, but they've still got like a win, and a draw. So they're not majorly bad, aren't they?
No, I mean, obviously improved over the last 3 games, losing 2-1 away at Spurs. Isn't the most embarrassing result in the season. Beating Palace 4-1 at home, smashing Sheffield United 5-0 away. They obviously can still do it. I mean, they've still got Matoma, even though he's snapped in half by Aldgate in that game. They've still got decent players, haven't they? They can still put on a show. So we've got to make sure that the way that we've been defending, and we have been defending well. Ayew's goal in the Palace game was a belter. So, we stopped them scoring. That was really the one time that they really just got the better of Pickford, but it was a hell of a shot, to be fair. So they're defending well. They're defending well, and we just need to go to Brighton with the same mindset that we are not going to let the ball go into our goal, and don't sit back either all the time. I think I've read this week lots of people on Twitter saying when lots of videos have come up against for last season's game that we just go at them in the first few minutes. That's what happened, wasn't it, last season? We just went at them.
Do you know what?
I actually we were 3-0 up.
I tell you a story though, and tell me what you think on this in the comments as well. Get involved in the comments. We need you here. I actually tweeted at first and deleted the tweet because I actually tweeted, "Oh, we went out to let's go out and attack against Brighton." And someone said we didn't actually go out to attack against Brighton. They had all the possession, and we caught them out on the counter about 4 or 5 times, and we counter attacked to actually win that away game against Brighton. What do you think on that one? Was it counter attack football? Was it sit back or did we go out to attack them and win 5-1?
I think we pressured them. We certainly pressured them higher than we pressured previous teams in that period. I think if you look at the goals, yeah, they were kind of counter-attack goals where crosses came in from the left or the right. And our finishing was good. That was a major frigging difference. Decore scored on the volley. You know what I mean? So, and then McNeil gets a few coming in from the left-hand side as we're breaking away as well. So... But we
probably was.
We were willing to do that, though. We were willing to do that. It wasn't, oh, we'll get the ball and then we'll hold it up. DCL was very forward thinking in that game. Whereas many times since, certainly this season, it's been hold the ball, slow it down, everything else. That Brighton game was, as soon as we won the ball, we were going up the pitch as far as and fast as we could. We've not been doing that for quite a long time, I would say.
Yeah, it was just the performances was probably the same as what we've had in some of these draws, but the difference is the Corey, like you say, volley in the back of the net, another shot in the back of the net. McNeil top corner when he has a chance. I think it was just more clinical. The Blues have said there we still only had about 20-30% possession in that game where we won 5-1, but the difference was it was a lot more clinical, like I'm just saying there. So I just think, like Dyche has been saying, it is kind of true. Once we start putting the chances away, I think that's when you can. That was counter-attack football, and we won 5-1. So clearly, this counter-attack football can work a lot better for us, and hopefully, it does this game. The result that I want to pick out there, when I've written it down, I couldn't believe it because I forgot about it. Luton 4-0 against Brighton. Bit of a crazy one, isn't it?
Well, Brighton are susceptible to those. Do you know what I mean? I mean, you wouldn't have. Well, you would have thought Brighton would beat Sheffield United, but maybe not 5-0 in the way that they did. You wouldn't expect Brighton to get beat 4-0 by Luton. They're definitely susceptible to some strange scorelines, Brighton. Just like ours last season.
The Blues are saying I'll be very surprised if done. Yeah, I think the red card on the last performance, the 5-0 from Holgate, helping us out. Was a big part on it being 5 because I don't think Sheffield would have conceded 5 if he didn't get that early sending off. Brighton did smash Palace 4-1. We struggled with Palace last game, but I think Palace was a lot more up for it last game when we played them. So
yeah,
it's an interesting one. So that is the form of both teams' last 5 games in the Premier League. How are you feeling about this though? You're nervous, Paul? Or are you ready for this?
I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous at all, really. I think we can go there and do a job and come back with something. Definitely. The players have just got to be up for it. The most concerning parts are the forward players. I'm going to say forward players, I mean forward player. I mean that DCL. That lad just needs off his arse. Or something. He needs that bit of luck that he's not been getting for however many games in a row it is now, you know.
If Harrison didn't steal that goal off him, it probably would have boosted him up.
Thanks, Harrison.
Yeah, cheers, Harrison, for leaving him low, scoring, but you taking it off him. Jack Harrison, you little sneaky. Right, here we go. This isn't my lineup prediction. It's not Paul's lineup prediction. We're going to ask for them in 2 seconds to have them ready, and we'll read yours out on the screen, people.
Yeah.
Really interested on lineup prediction this week, to be fair, more than ever. That's the last team that they used. And when I've written it up just a bit ago, because it was only just a bit ago I did it, Brighton scared me down that left-hand side. I'm scared of Matoma, but you put Lamptey behind him. I'm starting breaking it then. I forgot about Lamptey, and I rate him a lot. And that's some power down our right-hand side, which our right-hand side is going to be big questions when we do a lineup. So it's just something to look at there, isn't it, Paul?
Yeah, Lamptey's... remember when he started like a couple of seasons back? and he was absolutely rapid. I mean, he is fast, but I think lots of people love the way that he could attack going down the line. Defense is still maybe one of those things that he's still being questioned on, especially if they're not playing a flat back four, for example. So maybe he's more of a sort of a midfielder, a wide midfielder, rather than a full back as such. Gilmore's been playing decent for them. I mean, the other side, Gross as well. He just always seems to pop up on the score sheet, doesn't he? And they've got strong lads at the back. So yeah, I mean they're formidable. It's funny that Welbeck is their striker. If you look back at Welbeck's career, which has kind of been up and down like that, but he seems to score as well. Mitoma is the one for me. I mean, in the comments, someone, it might have been Blues actually, and I did put it on, said that he probably won't make this game through back injury. I don't know whether I would believe all of that. We'll kind of have to see. Forrest said, yeah, Stupinen could start this week for Brighton. Thanks if I said that wrong. But Lamptey was pulled early, so maybe Lamptey won't play. The thing is,
I'd prefer that.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it would be Mitoma against. Say if it was Mitoma against Godfrey, for example, that would be interesting. He might actually find himself snapped in half 2 weeks in a row, Mitoma, if that actually happens.
I think that he played right back, didn't he? Last time we played him. I'm pretty sure he did play right back. That is, I'm not even going to say his name. I mean, you should say his opinion. I'm going to go with that, but I don't know his name. But yeah, I think he played right back. I don't know. If I copy it, it's even worse. If you said his name wrong and I copy it, then I'm going to make you.
I'm not going to say it again.
Right. Oh, the Blues will be on to us. Don't worry if we said it wrong. Right. So yeah, if Lamptey's out, I'm happy. By the way, I'm out because I really do rate him. Another player. No, I've got to try to say his name now. Do you know his name? Adingra or something like that.
Oh, Adingra.
Yeah, is that his name?
Oh yeah. Let's say that's his name.
Adingra.
I don't know much about him. I don't know much about him. To be fair.
I do. I know quite a bit about him actually. He's another gem. He's another frigging like Mitoma gem. Like I've watched him loads. Really good. And they've everyone's been putting videos up again and says Brighton have done it again without Adingra. I'm going to call him Adingra. But Adringer, I don't know what his name is. But I tell you something, he is decent, Paul, and he looks to take on players and he's very attacking and stuff like that.
Right.
They've got some fancy names here for us to say. I'd say the other one in the centre midfield with Gilmore. What's his name?
No, I was totally going to ignore him, to be honest.
Oh my days! It feels like an English lesson. I've been given words that just like the hardest words to get knocked out.
I think what Brighton always seem to have is players who can play in a few different positions, particularly the attacking ones. They do like to sort of
we got it right, Paul.
Like fluid movements, if you like. So they pass and move around really well. So I'd imagine that everyone they do bring in kind of does that job with 3 tough, tall centre backs. So that's why they're doing well. They're a good footballing side. I've not got any gripes against them, to be honest. I think they're one of the better footballing sides in the league. So usually, all fair play to them, but people can get at them. People can get at them.
I don't think there was strong. I think they've got some cracking talent, like Paul Caswell has just said there, Brighton. We all know everyone seems to talk about Brighton's recruitment. Brighton always find gems. They do. And like I say, the Adingra, apparently I'm saying it right, so I'm going to keep saying it now. Adingra, he's a really attacking player. And so is that Benato or whatever his name is. He's a really attacking player as well.
You mean Buonanotte?
Buonanotte, yeah. Yeah, right. Buonanotte, he's quite attacking as well. He's like a number 10. So the only really sitting midfielder they've got there is Gilmore, where normally they would have... who's the one that went to Spurs? What's his name again?
Calcedo.
Well, Casado went to Chelsea.
Oh,
So
he did,
normally
didn't he?
they would
What
have
was,
had him.
what was the other one?
Basuma, that's the one.
Oh, yeah.
Normally, yeah. So normally they'd have Casado and Basuma, who are two really strong defensive midfielders, and I think that they have lost some powerhouses in front of their defence. So I do think, looking at them, if I was to say a weakness, they're very strong attacking, but I think through the middle, Paul, they're gettable there, surely. Are they gettable through the middle, Paul?
Yeah. If you think,
Strong, doesn't it? Gilmore and no one else.
James Garner, Anana, Decore, physical, but could easily win the ball and move us forward nice and quick. So it's going to be first. It's going to be interesting who we put in our lineup, and second of all, we've got to be up for a fight. And if we are, we can. I think we can dominate the middle of that pitch, but the middle of the pitch isn't always the be all and end all. So it's what we can do. It's what we can do further up for us, without a doubt. But I wouldn't see Gilmore as a massive threat in the middle of the park, as being like a tough nut or anything. So if we are physical and aggressive with our game, then that could go in our favour.
Well, the Blues has just said, I love the comments keep coming in, to be fair. That's what we want. That's the aim of the channel. It's for you as well as us. The Blues has just said it's a 4-2-3-1. So it might not even be that formation that I've got there. I don't watch them all the time. I watch them bits and bobs. And he reckons Gross, whatever you call him, he comes in with Gilmore in the centre of midfield, and it's that kind of formation. And then the other lad pushes on in the number 10 position. So, yeah, it could be that, actually. It could be a 4-2. Don't look at that formation, then the Blues is saying. It could be a 4-2-3-1. I can see that happening as well, yeah. Makes sense. We got beat by the fullback sort of position with a back three last game, so interesting.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one.
It is. But
and
for us...
Everton says Gilmore will get snapped. There you go. Sorry.
Might well do. But when we win, my thing is that when we win the ball, we're doing something with it as soon as we get it. And it's not giving them lots of time to recover and get back in positions. I think that was the massive thing from last year, is that we didn't give them time to recover before we actually made something happen. So definitely important when we win the ball with Garner and whoever it is else in the middle, that we move forward. Definitely.
Yeah, I agree. We've got it. I really want to press someone. So let's do this then. Let's get a bit of music in. The Forest fan, I like all the fans in, to be fair. It's a podcast for everyone. And if you do want to predict what Everton lineup you think we should have, don't mind you getting involved, mate. This show's just quite a fun show for everyone. We do respect everyone in the house. Right, let's get... Do you know what, Paul? I think me first.
Thanks.
I think me first. I've got mine actually on the screen. I was going to write up yours, but you didn't get my message. But next time I'll have Paul's written up as well.
Quick.
So Paul's is a surprise. You know what I mean? Birthday surprise. Oh, by the way, actually,
I had heard if you're thinking of birthdays.
Yes, by the way, this man here, this man here, Everything Everton, he's been on the channel regularly, he's in the Everton TOFFEE BLUECAST group and stuff like that. It's his birthday tomorrow. It is his birthday tomorrow, and Everton are playing. That's dangerous. Or it could be lucky. So I just want to say happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. From Everything Everton, or his name?
Mr. Everything Everton.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Right, seriously. I hope you appreciate that, mate. There you go. There he does look. Look at that. Thanks, guys. Birthday message on TOFFEE BLUECAST for tomorrow. Hope you bring us luck, mate. Right, so I've dropped the music. I've given the birthday message. Perfect timing. Yeah. Let's get to my lineup. I'm going to do my lineup first. People in the comments, put your lineups in the comments now. Let's get this channel going. Boost it up. Hit the likes as well. Come on. Let's make it decent. TOFFEE BLUECAST, place to be. My lineup first. Get your lineups in the comments. I want to see what your lineups are. It's very important tonight. It's a bit of fun. Right, Paul. You ain't got a clue what my lineup's going to be, have you?
It could be anything. Honestly, it could be anything. But chances are it's similar to mine. To be honest.
I don't think it... I don't know. Do you know what? I actually found the right back position really hard because of Mitoma. That's one thing I really struggled with. That's my lineup.
Okay.
That's my lineup. And I want to make a point here, right? And it's what I said last time on the channel. I want to see Harrison and McNeil get closer to Calvert-Lewin. And I don't know whether you can see there. I have moved them closer to Calvert-Lewin in the lineup there because this is what I want to see, Paul, out of possession. I understand. This is what I want to see out of possession, yeah? So I want to see us press.
Yeah.
I want to see this with the press. So when they've got the ball from the goal kicks and stuff like that, I'd love to see Harrison and McNeil high up and Doucouré beyond. It could even be a 4-2-4 if Doucouré is right next to DCL with the press of a 4 on Brighton passing it out from the back. And I really do want to see that press because I am confident that Tarkowski and Braithwaite can push up. Garner and Onana could also add to the press. I think we need to use Doucouré here because Doucouré makes that midfielder free. So if Harrison tucks in and McNeil tuck into DCL to make it a front three press, Doucouré being behind DCL can sometimes still drop to make Garner, Onana and Doucouré still be a free centre midfield, which can still cover you if your left wing and your right winger up top and you haven't got a left winger or a right winger. Because say Harrison is up top and he's pushing up and he can't get back, Garner can come and cover him over the right-hand side. And it's the same with McNeil. If McNeil is up and left close to DCL trying to make us attack, Onana can cover that side. And Doucouré can be that player that drops into the middle, but also supports DCL. And this can work for me. It really can. And I have seen us do it when Sean Dyche first come in, by the way, because when Sean Dyche first come in, the press, when the other team had the ball, was a lot more than what it is now. We really did press, and we got a lot of goals from doing it because the press, Doucouré was landing on stuff, Harrison was landing on stuff in good positions, and McNeil was landing on stuff in good positions. And we was all, those three players, Doucouré, Harrison, and McNeil, was all round Calvert-Lewin, Paul, and was having a lot more success. So I like that. The only thing that does worry me in my lineup there is Mitoma, when we're pushing up, catching Coleman out with his speed, because I think leaving Mitoma one-on-one with Coleman, as much as I love Coleman, could be a bit dangerous. So that is my lineup. I will put it against, I don't know what people think of my lineup. Drop your comments, see what you think. I know your lineups might be different, but I just really want to see us attack and press. Now, I don't mind if McNeil and Harrison Paul, when we're defending, stay back, but I want to see that when we do go for it.
Yeah. No, I can understand that. I mean, it's we know roughly what our best side is, don't we?
That's it against theirs, look. That's it against theirs.
Yeah.
So just put it against it. So that's worries me a little bit now when Mitoma on Coleman. But I do think if you could press that into that area of Dunk, could have a little bit of joy.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, one of my biggest things is that as a team, as a whole unit, we actually move up the pitch. I think for once we've got some decent pace in our back four. I mean, Godfrey is rapid. You know, Mikolenko's improved a lot. Tarky's not slow, and Branthwaite's pretty decent in terms of pace. So for me, I'd just make sure that we were a little bit higher up the pitch, to be honest.
Do you know what, Paul? The one thing I will say on this, I love Coleman, and the Irish not a good Forest fan. There's only one Coleman, 60 grand. But now he is getting on. I think you've got to use him wisely, and he will give his all. But sometimes when you're against speed, you can get caught out. And Coleman will probably smash it. He's took some of the biggest wingers out of the game even now at his age. But I was very tempted on Godfrey here because I feel like you could push that back line up. And if Godfrey's job is to just bomb it back with Matoma and mark Matoma out of the game, I'm really, really, really close to using Godfrey here. I think if you use Godfrey without Young, it's a lot more attacking. So,
yeah, well,
I'm
for
very close
me,
to putting Godfrey in there. I'm tempted.
for me, Young doesn't get close enough to be honest. I think even again, imagine Young against Lamptey. God, quickest booking of the season, wasn't it? Yeah, well,
Your lineup's there.
I think your side's decent. I'm not surprised the Nana comes back in. I think at home against Palace, we in hindsight we wanted a Nana in just to be a little bit more. I don't know, a little bit more forward thinking. Might even get a shot on target. That's Garner Gay doesn't generally do. So yeah, I can understand one or two changes. People be saying a few people may need breaks. McNeil obviously his stuff out off the pitch eventually must take a toll. He's obviously been working his socks off for us. DCL, it's not scoring in 19 competitive games. So do you give him a break then? Do you just plough on? You give Beto a chance? So there's going to be people saying that they need a break or they need a break. But at the same time, it's who comes in and does their job while they're not there. And we've not got a lot of depth in our squad. The replacement for McNeil, for example, particularly forward thinking, would be Danjuma. But as far as I'm aware, is Danjuma fit? I don't think he is.
Danjuma's not available.
No.
Not available. Coleman is like he's bugged, so he's just coming back. That's about it. Danjuma's the only one that you would. I've seen so far when I've been looking at people's lineups because a lot of people are questioning the lineups now. There's a lot of questions on it. I've seen a lot of people leave Garner out, James Garner, and put Garner Gay in instead of Garner. So a few people are on Garner. I mean, I know the Forest fan likes him. I like Garner as well. But a few people are on Garner at the minute. Probably didn't like him last game. I've seen a few people say leave McNeil out because he looks absolutely burnt out and play Dobbin instead. That's another thing that I've seen. And I've also seen Calvert-Lewin. That seems to be a big shout as well. Leave Calvert-Lewin out and play better as well. So there is 3 big players there that there's questions upon. The lineup just doesn't pick itself this time, does it, Paul?
No. I don't think it does. There's obviously things as well that we won't see, day to day. So some of those decisions that we find out about tomorrow may just be based on stuff that we're not clear about. I mean, Coleman, is in the thinking, but it doesn't mean that he's 100%. So do you play him? If he's not 100%, do you play him at all? Do you try and get him back to fully fit for the West Ham game, which I think is an even bigger game, particularly being at home? It's one that we look as though we not should take 3 points, but it's certainly one of our better opportunities. Would you have him fitter for that and coming back? So few questions and lots of things that maybe as fans that we're not privy to on a day-to-day basis, which actually might affect the lineup. But we go with what we know, don't we? We go with what we know. Shall I?
To Hazard that always promotes the channel. Hit the likes. That's what we want. That's what we want you to. He's always. I tell you something. We couldn't get a better promoter than him, could you? Hit the likes. Get on it. Only 13 likes on the stream. One thing I want to say. Question to people in the comments as well. This seems to be a big question. How would you feel, Paul, to you mainly, and then people in the comments? How would you feel if Ashley Young played right back?
No, I'd hate it. I'd hate it.
I'd regress.
I'd regress 2 months, and I'd just be like, say, before the Fulham game, and just be like, oh no. I can't get my head around it. I
actually don't mind him right wing, but last game I thought he looked a bit slow right wing. But I don't mind him right wing when you have to sit back against the big team where you have to do probably Ashley Young, and we can't help that much. And do Ashley Young and Godfrey.
I would be bringing Ashley Young on the pitch with 20 minutes to go if we're like up by a goal or something like that. or up by 2 goals. You know, where you just want to try and establish a little bit of calm and stuff like that, because he can keep hold of the ball. You know, he's not a great tackler, but he can keep hold of the ball. He's smart as well. He's an old pro, so you know he knows he falls down quite easily, doesn't he? You know, he can win us a few free kicks, slow down the game, and his game management will be pretty good in terms of helping the other lads along to a result. If you want to gain a result from where you are at drawing level, or you're down by a goal, he's not gonna. I just can't see him being an effective player on the pitch. But as an old pro, game management, bring him on. I get that. That's not too bad.
A lot of people are worried about the cards if he starts, and that's the reason I asked the question. I just think if Ashley Young, and there is a big chance in the pool that, like the other games when Godfrey was playing right back, there wasn't the question of who's going to play right back because Ashley Young was playing right wing. But now,
Yeah.
I actually do feel that Ashley Young isn't going to play right wing this game, and I actually do feel that where is Ashley Young going to play right back? That's going to be the only position he can get in?
Well,
Will Sean Dyche leave Ashley Young out? I don't know.
We've
I'm a
gone
bit worried
from
about this now.
We've gone from earlier on in the season to only Ashley Young is going to play right back to we've got 4 right backs. So you know what I mean? So it's one of those positions that could potentially, people could think Coleman, but is Coleman ready? Godfrey, what about Patterson? Still in the conversation. So there's choices to be made.
Now, Patterson.
No, it doesn't seem to, does he? And he's one that would get us up the pitch as well. So I don't understand why not. But there you go.
I feel sorry for Patterson a little bit, yeah. Right, your lineup. Let's go then. Paul's lineup, and we'll read your lineups in the comments. Sorry, there's just so much to talk about. We normally move on from that, but there's so much to talk about. Paul's lineup, right. I'll move these off the screen, Paul, and we'll drop your lineup, talk about it, and we'll get the people in the comments lineups on the screen as well. So let's do this. Come on.
So when obviously JP in goal, I went Godfrey right back. Been doing a decent job. I think we've defended well. He'd be the pace against Mitoma as well.
Yeah,
I don't. Maybe I'm sort of wondering whether Coleman would be fit for that kind of battle. If Mitoma doesn't play, that's great. But you're going to have someone hungry coming into the team who might have a little bit of pace. They might even, if Lamptey is available, he might play higher up the pitch. So, you know, if Coleman's not 100%, I'd rather have him 100% for West Ham. So I went Godfrey at right back. Tarks and Branthwaite and Miko are shoe-ins. Then I go Harrison on the right-hand side, McNeil on the left. Blues made a good point as well in terms of set pieces.
Yeah, I've seen that. If McNeil didn't play, who takes them? Yeah.
Yeah, so he is valuable for getting some decent crosses in there. So, I mean, he just gets the ball and crosses in.
Honestly, I get a lot of people are saying, oh, McNeil's been through a lot of stuff and stuff like that, which he has. He has, we know, and I feel sorry for the guy. He's had to play through it, but I think he's played through it now. And I generally do think that he could just be like, this could be the game when McNeil could just light up. And what better game to play McNeil than coming up away against a team that he knows he scored a brace against last time, and he had the game of his life. I just don't think you can leave him out. He's like, when you play football, beating a team gives you confidence to beat them again. It really does. And when you're on the pitch and you're looking around and those Brighton players see McNeil, they'll feel that he spanked them last time away. And there's a chance when they feel that, it could happen again. And I honestly just believe that I would not leave McNeil out of this game. I know he didn't look good last game, but he might have just gone home, you know what I mean, recharge his batteries and be ready for this game. I don't think he needs to sit on the bench to be ready for the next game.
He's a pro, so hopefully things are improving off the pitch for him and his missus. I hope all that's getting a little bit easier for the pair of them. So good luck to them. So yeah, I wouldn't drop him. I'd have James Garner and Onana in the middle. I think Onana could maybe be more influential going forward. I'd love us to still have something to fight for in the last sort of 15, 20 minutes. And then if Garner Gay needs to come on and sort of break up play and slow the game down, then fair enough. Decore, if he's fit, you play him, because our percentage without him is awful. Percentage with him playing is a lot better. So I'd have Decore. And the whole DCL Beto thing, I think moving, if we're looking still to try and produce chances and score later on in the game, I think you'd much rather bring Beto on, who would have been running his arse off for 70 odd minutes later on, instead of earlier on. I think DCL will be able to hold the ball up a little bit better for you.
I'd rather, do you know what, though? I've got DCL in my team, Paul. Mine's nearly the same as yours, other than the right back, but I wanted Godfrey there, so it's probably going to be yours as well. I think Beto's better off starting than Calvert-Lewin, you know?
Right.
And the reason I say that is because he proper ruffles the defenders up, doesn't he, at the start of the game? He injures centre-backs, and I think if Beto started and had a complete burnout, I think Calvert-Lewin coming on when players are tired with his pace, I think that way, I'm not saying do that every game. I'm saying do it for a change.
Mix it up.
Imagine if Beto starts, ruffles them up, we start well, maybe Beto creates goals for other players and stuff like that. Maybe he scores himself. Then Calvert-Lewin comes on with that hunger, scores, kicks him up scoring as well, and then everyone's happy. It kind of kills two birds with one stone. But I just think people think, you don't have to make them in competition with each other. You can mix it up. It's not who's better, is it? I just think give Beto. Beto hasn't even had a chance yet, has he? Much. I feel sorry for Beto, because a lot of people saying Beto's crap, but he hasn't had many starts at all. And if you don't start a game, you can't get into a game for me.
Well, he's another one. He's another one who needs a goal. You know, he's so desperate to score, isn't he? Absolutely.
I think he would have. Yeah, I think he would have, though. I mean, he did score against Newcastle, so you could say he's in better goal scoring form than Calvert-Lewin. But I think he would have scored probably more than Calvert-Lewin if he would have started. But we don't know. Calvert-Lewin's had all the game time, hasn't he?
I think DCL
might have found goals. Some of those headers that Calvert-Lewin's had, who's to say that Beto wouldn't have scored, Paul? I mean, that header, remember the Beto header against Doncaster, where he rattled the post? He smashed the post.
I tell you what, I remember the Beto header against Fulham, a bloody yard out.
Yeah, I remember that one as well. I don't know. You don't know with both, do you? I think none of them have put themselves in contention more than any of the two, to be fair. They haven't done anything yet. I don't know who to play up front. I don't.
Yeah. There's pros and cons. I just think DCL's more polished. I think Beto's headless chicken, full of energy, which would be great for sort of last few minutes of the game. But like Blue says about
it's going to be
Fulham header. We just need goals from them. That's what we want. We want them to score the goals for us. We don't want it to have to be Tarkovsky or Mikolenko or whoever. You know, let's get the forward players scoring the bloody goals. It'd be nice. Shall I? What about Schmitty? Someone just said that Schmitty. Get him on. Get Schmitty on. Stop it.
There you go. I know. I kept pressing at the same time. I don't know if that means he should be on or he shouldn't. Right.
It means that we both want Schmitty to play.
Do you know what, though? We're going to get your lineups on now. This is taking way longer than it should, and this shows us a bit of stress on selection. Right.
Yeah.
I actually really like Schmitty. I think that he's got a lot of potential, and he doesn't look like he's too young or scared. I think he's a very good talent, and I would like to see. It's really weird with our strikers, because I actually feel like we've got three good options. I like Schmitty. I like Beto. I don't mind Calvert-Lewin. Just feel he's not got confidence at the minute. So it's mad that we've got three strikers and we're not scoring. I don't know. It's just weird with Everton at the minute. Proper Everton, isn't it? Everton, aren't we? Right, lineups, Paul. Let's get them on the screen.
Yeah. So
get them in. Get them in.
Quite spaced out there. So Cass has gone for here we go. A few different ones. Godfrey, Starks, Nana and Garner Gay in the middle. Harrison on the right, I presume. Decore, middle. Dobbin, left-hand side. Shimity up front. I mean, that's a proper League Cup 4th round 11, that.
He's had enough, hasn't he? He's had enough. Caswell's just thinking like, it's same defence as us, so I can't say nothing on that. Like I say, a lot of people chucking Garner Gay in instead of James Garner. Garner Gay hasn't played bad, by the way. So I haven't.
Neither is
left him out
James
for that
Garner.
reason. No. Well, some people are saying he didn't turn up last game, but I just think James Garner didn't play as well last game, but he's a lot better on the ball for me.
I think if we ended up with that lineup, I think it would have been down to a bout of food poisoning, to be honest. I can't see Dobbin and Shimity being in the same 11 starting, to be fair. But you never know, Cass. You never know. Blues has got Coleman right back. Everyone else the same in defence. Again, Garner Gay and Arna. Yeah, James Garner dropped. Why is the James Garner? I don't understand the James Garner being dropped thing. Unless
they've got, I told you, they've got it in for him. I told you this. They've got after last game.
I think he's been good.
Yeah. Well,
I think he keeps the ball ticking around. He keeps the ball ticking around the middle of the park. I don't understand that. But Garner again and Arna. McNeil's still in on the left. Decore in behind DCL. And then just when we look as though we're just going to come away with a 0-0 draw, Michael Keane, super sub striker, comes in, shoots from 50 yards, in off the bar. We go away with all 3 points.
I have seen a couple of Michael Keanes up front, to be fair. I have seen a few of those Michael Keane shouts up front. I'm just glad I'm just glad we're keeping him out of centre back. Right, Everton's lineup. Let's have a go. What's he got?
Pickford in goal, Mikalenko, Branthwaite, Tarky. If you've watched the football wives thing at the moment, they seem like a fun couple, to be honest. Godfrey at right back, Anana and Garner Gay in the middle again. McNeil on the left, Harrison on the right. The Duke in behind Beto, gone behind Big Beto.
Are you getting angry, Paul?
Am I? Yeah, James Garner, James Garner. Is this because Forrest said that they like it?
No, I don't think it is. That I've seen this before. Forrest fan even come. It shocked me as well because I think James Garner took the whole blame for last game, and I think that I don't think it was his fault last game. It's just because some people must have been frustrated with him passing it backwards or sideways.
Who's just saying? He said Onana has to start, and Garner Gay's been better than James Garner since the AFCON. So, Cass says not got it in for him. Just think against Brighton, Garner Gay would be better getting the ball back. Onana is a better passer forward. I understand your reasoning. I just can't. No,
I think James Garner gets the ball back.
You got to think for James Garner. I didn't realise I did.
Love's on James Garner.
No,
yeah. No, I feel the same there, Paul. So we're tag team on this. We're going the Hardy Boys on this, me and you, mate. Because I'm sorry, but I know Garner Gay has been fantastic, and he's going to have to be because we could get an injury in the centre midfield, or a player could be on a yellow card where Garner Gay needs to get used. It's about your squad, not about the 11. I'm not saying we don't need Garner Gay, but I am saying that James Garner is a lot better than Garner Gay. I'm sorry, but if James Garner's on the edge of the box, I'd rather James Garner be shooting than Garner Gay. I think James Garner's got a goal in him, but he just ain't got the confidence at the minute, but it's definitely there. I think maybe he had one bad performance last game, James Garner, but the rest have all been, he's fighted for us. He's been the one fighting, James Garner has, where others haven't. He's got stuck in, and he's done some of those cracking track backs where he slid in, got stuck in, and looks up for it. I wouldn't start hating on James Garner. I really wouldn't. Not saying you hate him, by the way, because you just picked Garner Gay because he's better. A lot have made that point, and I completely understand it. But I have seen on my Twitter a lot like, James Garner's not all that. He's not all that. And I don't think that's the case. I really don't think that's the case.
Emma mentioned that Deitch mentioned about Miko having a knock, so...
Yeah, he has got
Professor Young plays left back.
Apparently, Mikalenko went to fly fishing with Sean Dyche and fell on a rock and smashed his knee.
Garner right back. We've got 5 possible right backs now.
Bloody hell. Don't do this to me.
Think Garner and Onana have better chemistry, like a love match thing, or
They do have better chemistry. I agree with that. I don't know. Like every time Garner, Gay, and Onana have played together, it hasn't clicked. Remember the time, right? We played. This season we played Garner, Gay, Onana, and James Garner, and it didn't click for ages because Onana and Garner, Gay was the two sitting deep, and they just didn't work together. And then all of a sudden, we played James Garner and Onana together, and it clicked and it worked. And they do work together well. But now some people apparently think Garner, Gay, and Onana is the combination, although it hasn't ever really massively worked, that combination. Fair enough, though. Right, come on, Paul.
I think that's it in terms of the lineup. So apologise if you've typed them in, but I think I've put all the ones I've seen on there. So I think we've got conversations going on in terms of right back, conversations in terms of middle of the park, and conversation.
Like this, is it?
No, I know. Yeah, I thought it was a lot of it was nailed on, but obviously not.
No, it is. That's what I like about this show, though. To be fair, I did say everyone get in because I want to know how all Everton fans are feeling, and I wouldn't want you to change how you're feeling. By the way, it's interesting to hear you want Garner, Gay, and we're not saying it's right or wrong, because you probably might be right. He could play and absolutely smash it. I definitely don't know everything. Paul might know everything. I don't know, but I definitely don't know everything. So I understand we're going to see what happens. We are going to see what happens, but there's a lot of questions. Normally, where you say same 11, there's questions on the right back position. There's questions on James Garner, and there's questions on the striker, and there's even questions on Mikalenko. But I don't think Mikalenko is just an injury thing. He has got a knock, but Dye says he looks like he'll be okay. Ashley Young playing left back, I seen Emma say.
Well, he has done it.
Sneak him in there.
He has done it. And the thing is, like I say, but training every day, you see them up against each other in training, don't you? And we don't see that every day. So Dyche is obviously going to have a better idea. Always would have a better idea than we do. But it'll be interesting as long as we don't just sit back and isolate whoever plays up front. I just want us to be a little bit higher up the pitch as a full 11, and don't leave anyone to sort of be jumping up for headers against 3 Brighton centre backs. Do you know what I mean? It'd just be an absolute waste of time.
Basically, 3 points this game. Getting 3 points this game could be pivotal on keeping Everton up. So to not go out to get the 3 points would be ridiculous. We do need to really start picking up 3 points, because I've said it before. You can make all that effort of drawing 3 games, which is a lot of effort to draw 3 games, but you can get that just by winning 1 game. 1 game gets you what 3 draws would be 3 games. I know it's stupid, but that's the way it works, football. And I just think we need to start getting 3 points and taking the risk.
Yeah, there's more than one way to win a match, isn't it? And it's not always going toe to toe. That's why the so-called big six always get pissed off when teams go to theirs, and then they moan about them sitting back for 80 minutes and then getting beat 1-0. You know, there's more than one way to. There's more than one way to win a match. So
we've just got to trust Sean Dyche. I just hope Sean Dyche puts a good team out. Right, let's do this then. I'll put a bit of music on. This is score predictions, by the way. We will get opposition fans on the next shows, but it's been interesting, to be fair, because we have got loads of your comments involved and you make it for us. So let's do this, Paul. Put a bit of a different track on. Score predictions. Get them in the comments. Me and Paul are going to give ours, and get your score predictions in and your goal scorers as well. We want your goal scorers, don't we? Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't. Let's do this. Come on, Everton. Let's do this. You can't get happy in TOFFEE BLUECAST. You can't get happy anywhere. It's the place to be. TOFFEE BLUECAST. Right, score predictions. Go on, Paul. I'll chuck this on you first. Go for it, mate.
Yes. Defensively, I think we're good, but Brighton are good at moving the ball around. Do I think we'll get a clean sheet? Probably not. However, we've got to score. We've got to score. And we're formidable at set pieces. I know that always comes across as a negative, but we've scored the most goals from set pieces this season out of all the teams. I think still. So we've got a good chance of actually getting something from this game. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win. I'm going to go a 2-1 win. Yeah.
I've been massively wrong just lately, by the way. I mean, I said last game was going to be like, I think it was like 5-1 on it last game. 5-1 I said, and it was 1-1, and I got ripped. So I need to be a bit more precautious on this. Paul has gone 2-1. Who's your goal scorers, Paul?
I would go. You know what? Someone like Gross. Yeah, annoying. Gross will score for them. Just a good passing move, and then he slots it in from somewhere inside the area. For us, set pieces are our best opportunity. I really do feel that. So I'm going to say Onana again scores from a set piece or like from a corner, and I'm going to say Branthwaite again.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to say Branthwaite again.
Yeah,
so Onana and Branthwaite for me. And again though, that's us scoring twice and no strikers scoring. But at the moment, that's where we are. I really, really hope DCL or Beto score a goal. Christ almighty. Imagine the celebration if it's a winner as well. They'd cry. The pair of them would just cry.
He just needs it, doesn't he? I think it's just the curse, isn't it? The curse gets greater if you don't score. And it will be in his head as well. I mean, the longer it goes on without DCL scoring, the more he goes into the game thinking, I haven't scored in this long, so I probably won't score this game. Where if he scores last game, the curse is broken. Right. So my score prediction, I'm going to be serious here, by the way, Everton fans and Forest fans as well. I'm going to be serious, right? Come on, Dan. You've got to get one right. We're going to start doing a table of everyone in the comments and our score prediction. We're going to get one together next season, a proper table, so we can see at the start to the end of the season who gets the most right. Be serious, Dan. Come on. We are the famous EFC, ain't we? Let's fucking have it. 4-2. 4-2, Paul. 4-2. 4-2. 4-2, mate. I've given them more this time. I've given them 2, even though we defend really good because I've given us 4, so I can afford to give them 2. So 4-2. I think it's going to be lively. I really do. And if a goal goes in early, it's game on, isn't it? It could be a 0-0, but here we go. 4-2. I'm going to go for Matoma. I think he might score. He's a little shitbag, isn't he? And I think that the lad that I couldn't say in the middle of the park that you said, right, Paul, what's his name again? Beginning with B.
Hang on, let me scroll back to find out what his name was.
Bernadoodle or something. Bernadoodle.
Note.
I forgot what his name is now, but the young kid in the centre. I'm going to give him a goal as well.
Yeah.
So they're my 2 goal scorers for Brighton, Matoma and Bonacente, or Bonato, or what a presentation! What a present!
He'll be our guest. He'll be our guest on next week.
Right, hold on. I'm not having this, mate. I tell you something. Don't give up, and I'm not giving up. Right, let's.
Are you winding back now? You winding back the comments?
I'm going to put it on the screen now to see what his name is, and I'm going to try and read it out. Right, I read stuff how it's pronounced. By the way, everyone knows this. Buonanotte. What is it, Paul? Benute? Benota?
No, I've not gone far back enough. Louis will have to post it.
It's on the screen there, look. Benotto. It's there, look, in the middle. Benotto.
Buonanotte.
Buonanotte. I don't think it's Buonanotte. I can't remember the presentator saying
like Bueno. Like Bueno, but with an A. And then Notte.
Buonanotte.
Yeah, Eugene says Google it.
I'm going to have to go. You can't just Google it because that's not going to tell you how to say it, is it? You know what I mean? That's the thing. You're going to have to put it in YouTube, a YouTube clip of him and find out a commentator actually shouting his name out.
Well, he's
you know who I mean now because I've just highlighted it. So I think he's going to score. They're the 2 goal scorers. The Everton goal scorers, by the way, we've got 4-2 here. So they've got 2, Matoma and B, whatever his name is. Onana definitely scores. I love him, and I'm glad he's shining now. And it's going to frustrate a few that have got it in for him, but I don't care. We need Onana. Amadou Onana is going to score. I think Decore is going to score. I think McNeil's going to score. And I think Calvert-Lewin's going to score. They're my goal scorers. If Beto starts, I think Beto scores. But I'm going to go, they're my goal scorers. McNeil against these, he'll get one again. Decore will be confident against these. Calvert-Lewin, I pray to God he gets one. And Onana he gets one as well. I want to give them all braces, but I can't. There's my 4 goal scorers, Everton fans. We can do this. Let's have it. Let's have it. Let's have it. Come on. Right, here we go. I was practicing a bit of Scouse in the car, Paul, as well,
Were you?
Do it like, well, yeah, I was practicing a little bit of Scouse in the car. I was laughing at myself, to be fair. It wasn't that good.
I'd say it's slightly off topic, but on Twitter before, Paddy, the MM fighter, the I've
seen that. Yeah,
started the boss podcast today. I think he's brilliant. Him and Molly are great. They represent the city fantastic, to be honest. But the lad podcast is it's hilarious how people are reacting to it. Anyway, here we go then. So, score predictions. Eugene's in. Always can bet on Eugene for a hat trick from somebody. So we're beating them 4-1 this time. We'll be slightly more modest than last season and beat them 4-1. Beto hat trick and Onana. Love that. Rob, bang, straight back down. 1-1. Dukes. You know what, though? We come away with a draw. People would be happy, I think. That wouldn't be the worst result in the world either, would it?
I actually feel like we need to... I know this is really bad, but I actually feel like if we would have beat Crystal Palace, I would have been happy with a draw. But because we didn't beat Crystal Palace, I want to compensate for not beating them and switch the result round then. So if we beat Brighton, we can say to ourselves, we did beat Crystal Palace and we drew against Brighton. Just switch it round and you'll feel better. So I'm hoping that we do win this because of that result, just to compensate. I think if you don't get the result you wanted last week, go and get a better result than what you should get the next week. That's my thoughts on that. So,
well, it's very Everton for us to draw at Palace, beat Brighton, lose against West Ham, beat Man United. Do you know what I mean? It's just
let's do it. Come on, Everton.
Won't put it past us.
Come on, Everton.
Dan's on Twitter. Good lad, Dan's. 1-1.
He's a good lad. I like him. Yeah.
Hazrat 2-1 positive. Few 2-1s coming in. They're inbound. Few 1-1s as well. Losers gone same as Rob Keys and gone 1-1 to Corey.
But he hasn't said lose though. He hasn't said lose.
He's not. Hey, you know what? No, he's not said a defeat. So he always he goes with his head. There's the Blues.
Can't knock a 1-1 though. To be fair, I know. Like I say, when I did Brighton's lineup just a bit ago, they're a good team. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take us to be good to win. Let's just say that.
I've just read Emma's. I'll post that in a second. Lulu's gone 2-1, same as myself. Cass has gone same as Eugene. But he's gone Schmitty and Dobbin as well.
Well, he's sticking to his guns, to be fair, Paul, because you knocked him down with his lineup. You knocked him down with his lineup, and he's like, you knocked him down with his lineup, and he's like, no, they're playing and they're scoring. Schmitty's scoring. He hasn't backed down because normally he'd be like, you're probably right, Paul. That is a cup lineup, but no, he's saying, right, I'm sticking with it. I've got Schmitty to score. I've got Dobbin scoring. That's why they're playing, Paul. He's come at you there.
Cass, I hope you're right, mate. I really do. Here's Emma. She says 3-2. Tark's hat trick, all with his big head.
Which one?
That's why it made me laugh a little bit. Everything Everton saying.
It's going to be a new McNeil, isn't it? We need to literally calm down on this channel because it's not an over 18 channel, is it? So we've got McNeil's big slong. We've got Tarky the friggin'.
He's throwing aubergines all over the place here.
What could Tarkowski's nickname be now then? Tarky, Shaggy.
Let's get away from all the Shaggy Shagger kind of nicknames. There's too many.
Ain't that a singer? That's a singer though, isn't it, Shaggy? Girl, you're my angel. You're my darling, baby.
Yeah. Wasn't me. No.
It wasn't me. Shaggy. Right. You're my friend when I'm in need.
Hasrat said 2-1. These are his scores. Dukes and DCL. Let's hope so. And
Shaggy from
Welbeck.
Scooby-Doo.
Joey helped me. Joey as well before putting comments and helped me.
He looked awkward though, didn't he, Paul? He looked awkward.
Say that Brighton person's name that I've forgotten already.
He did look awkward. Tarkowski did look really awkward, you know. I mean,
I wonder why.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think he knew that bomb was going to get dropped, but he didn't know how to handle it, did he? He's thinking, I'm going to get crap on the training ground for that. You know what I mean? I'm going to get... Yeah, I don't know. Tarkowski, lad, you know what I mean? He smells of bread.
I saw slightly off, not like vaguely.
He smells of bread, Tarkowski. He smells of bread.
I saw a clip of Jorginho and his missus. He looked well pissed off.
Yeah.
She said something like he's not planning to propose or anything. I think they were going on holiday or something. I can't remember. And he was like, no.
I know he was.
He slammed
the door, didn't he? He did slam the door.
Yeah.
Jorginho slammed the door. Jorginho did not look happy. It was like Tarkowski's just like sitting there and he's got his wife saying he's an absolute top shagger and he's got a big smile on his face. And then you watch Jorginho's where his wife's doing his head in and he's run out and slammed the door and it don't look like anything's going down there. I don't know what's going on in this show. But I'll probably give it a watch. But
you know what? Tarks would smile and laugh if he missed a penalty in the 90th minute when he had something like that. He just always seems to be smiling and laughing. So good on him. Why not? Yeah, Forest,
he always has
all over. I reckon that we're going to get 2-1 at Brighton.
Oh, you know what? What's he after? Because we can't give him. What's the Forest fan after? He's being nice to us here. We can't give him the points. You know what I mean? I like it. I like him a lot, to be fair. He's a good guy. We had him
actually, in the next few weeks, Luton play Forest, don't they? At Luton. So maybe he's hoping that we'll say...
Have we got Forest again?
I'm not sure. We got Forest again. I can't remember. We must have, surely. Anyway, Rob reckons 1-1. Welbeck and Dukes. Welbeck's getting a lot of goals, isn't it? Is that because lots of people just know Welbeck and don't know that bloke in the middle of midfield that we can't say?
I always look at Welbeck and think, oh my God, you must be desperate for a striker, but he scores goals. Like generally scores goals. Like some players, it's a bit like some players when they come to the end of their career, they just thrive, don't they? I don't think there's no pressure on him whatsoever, and he's just bread and butter to score goals. He's done it all his career, and Welbeck just seems, when you look at him and think, no, he's on the list all the time. When you see, Brighton, who scored for them? Welbeck. We could do that with Calvert-Lewin.
Everything Everton on his birthday has gone 2-1. Few 2-1s. In agreement for once.
Gone big though, hasn't he? Everything Everton normally goes wild, doesn't he?
He does, doesn't he? A little bit more reserved on his birthday. Dunk for them. The Duke and Anana for us. Buena notte. Say it 3 times, it'll work eventually. Buena notte.
They have actually. I know they've got these players. That's crazy that they've got those players and they're not actually even getting in the squad. Ferguson and frigging Pedro, who's really good as well. Yeah, we tried to not talk about it too much. We're trying to keep ourselves positive.
That's funny, that. Yeah, like Rob says, a lot are saying that we're going to win 2-1, but we're playing away. No, it doesn't mean we're going to lose, Rob. Don't have people edging their bets, like, you know what I mean?
No, I just think they've gone lazy. I do think it's the way that the Forest fan there he's got on the ball there and he's put it the right way around and the whole thing written properly. But I do think by the people knowing them, it was an Everton win 2-1, Rob. I just know it.
Yeah, I would say so. But Blue says that they have got Evan Ferguson and João Pedro as well. Brighton getting the Lallanas, Milners and Welbecks. Well, Milner is injured, I think.
Do one, yeah. He best be injured. I can't stand him. He's
injured.
I can't be
he just comes on the pitch now and just kicks someone. it's his job to kick someone and get booked, I think. So
Yeah, he hasn't been
that's
playing that
basically
well
what
when
it
I've
is.
watched him for that.
Yeah. Yes. Rob says about Milner and Lallana having games of lives against us. God. Well, Everton, aren't we? So, Joey reckons that we tried to buy Joe Pedro for 30 million. About 1 million a year wouldn't surprise me, to be fair. It could be any kind of deal. You know, we'll pay
Do you know what
50
though?
million. Pay 50
On
million for a
that
player, but we won't pay you for 50 years.
on that comment there, where is it? Let me just chuck it on.
Sorry,
Sorry,
cool.
Milner and Lallana both having the games of their lives against us. I actually thought Ross Barkley was amazing against the Shy the other day. I thought Ross Barkley was amazing. I would have him back, and I said I wouldn't, but I would. But my point is, maybe because Ross Barkley with the Everton links was really good against the Shy, maybe the Shy players are going to play crap against us, so it's going to be the opposite way around, and Milner and Lallana will be crap, and we'll absolutely boss them because Everton don't like Liverpool players. Could work that way. And there's
Maybe.
27 people on. The house is getting more full. 28. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, baby. Get on it. Let's have it. Come on,
You need a
Let's have it.
hooter for this. You need like a wah. Every time we go up by a few.
We're going up by 27, 27, 28 on the street, 28, 29, 30. Let's do this. Toffee Bluecast is on fire. Right,
God,
let's
don't
do
say
this.
that,
Come on.
Rob. Bloody hell. Haaland wears Evan Ferguson pyjamas. Haaland wears Ben Godfrey pyjamas. We can all agree on that. Barkley
Not
next
after
season.
last game because he got a brace. So I think Ben Godfrey probably has gone back to wearing Haaland's pyjamas after last game. Sorry, I just got to be honest. I turned into the Blues then, didn't I? Knock you down then. I turned into the Blues. I did you? But my honesty come out then, didn't it?
Oh, dear.
Keep reading the Blues comments out in the comments. They got me. I went honest then.
Right. I'd say generally I'd say that's very positive. Considering people were a bit ticked off and everything after the Palace game.
Yeah,
but we
Paul, listen to this. Before we end, we've gone way over. We only try and keep to 40 minutes.
But we don't care. It's Friday.
But we don't care because we are the Goodison gang. I did a survey. I actually did a survey on Toffee Bluecast, the Twitter. I do a lot of surveys, to be fair. First survey was saying, do you think McNeil should start or not start? It was 78% saying start, and 410 people did that survey. So although questions on McNeil, a lot are saying start, 78%. There is another survey that I have dropped. This is interesting information. I do drop a lot of surveys on Toffee Bluecast to find out. Another survey, curious on how positive Everton fans are still feeling. Do you think we can beat Brighton? 56% said yes, 44% said no. And that was 538 people that took part in that survey. So I know Everton fans are knocked, and I was happy that 56%. I know it's not good half of the percent, but just over half. But I still think that half of us are still positive. I think that shows sometimes with the atmosphere and stuff like that. But 56% still said, I'm happy the percent was higher on people thinking that we can actually beat Brighton. And Brighton are a good team. Now, this is an interesting one as well, the last one. I like spaghetti. I don't like beans. Do you prefer spaghetti or beans?
I saw that.
Did you participate or not?
I'm not a massive fan of either, to be honest.
Well, I should have put not a massive fan of either, just for people like you, Paul. But you'll be interested to know it actually finished 51% spaghetti with me, 49% beans. Tin spaghetti beats beans, which is just an interesting fact there for you. You wouldn't know this if you didn't go on Toffee Bluecast. But yeah, straight away I'm getting comments, ooh, spaghetti. Well, some are obviously on my side. There you go.
Lulu, I agree. It's when you open it and then it's been in there for quite a while, and then you tip it and it just comes out in all one, just one tin shaped.
When I actually have I know because my fry up, when I go out and have a fry up at a restaurant, they only do beans. When I have a fry up at home, I have spaghetti with my fry up. That's what I go for, spaghetti on my fry up because I don't like beans. But yeah, I don't like beans. So when I go out and have a fry-up, I have to have it with beans and I dip it in. I don't mind the sauce, but I don't actually like beans. Just a bit of interesting fact on you. Spaghetti or beans? Team beans. There you go. Team beans.
Team beans. Should have that on a t-shirt, I reckon.
Branston Hines.
Branston or Hines.
Isn't you know Branston what? There you go, look. This is why we've got Rob as part of the channel.
Actually, the viewers just shot up. The viewers just shot up by 5 because we were talking about spaghetti and beans.
Spaghetti and beans. There you go. Oh,
and we're also on 15 likes as well. We're on 15 likes now. Now, if you enjoyed the spaghetti beans conversation, go to the channel.
Right. The one thing I want to say, if this is something that we're going to do, if you now, there's 22 people on late at night. I love you, Toffee BLUECAST. Your support is amazing. If you give Paul an outfit for the derby to wear on the pre-match, and me an outfit, we will wear it. Yeah. So whatever outfit you want me to wear at for the derby on the pre-match talk, and whatever outfit you want Paul to wear, let me know, and I will deliver it to Paul's house, and I will get it myself, and we'll dress like that for Derby Day. So the one that comes up the most, me and Paul will wear on the channel. So if you want Paul looking like Mr. Blobby for the Derby, if you want him looking like Superman, if you want him looking like Spider-Man,
wow,
get it in the comments, right? So after this stream is finished, you can still comment on this. So after it's finished, put it in the comments, and when we go back to this stream and have a look, all your comments will be there, what you want us to dress up as for the derby, and I'll get the outfit to Paul's house, and I'll have it at mine. And I can't believe Barbie's coming already. It's going to be probably a mistake straight away, and it is me thinking I'm going to be like something like
I'll be Ken.
Barbie and Ken. Remember, it is a derby. You don't want us to look like we're not revved up. Try and give us something like hardcore. Barbie and Ken going into the Liverpool derby.
I wouldn't say that again.
Make us look hardcore. You're going to be Ken, and I'm going to be Barbie.
Stop saying hardcore.
What do you want to go for?
I don't know.
What do you want to go for?
Oh dear. Well, the public will speak. That's why you don't say that. I know
if a lot of them, if a lot of them, we'll probably put it out on Twitter as well to see what you want us to wear for the derby. It's a bit away. We'll try and have a laugh before the derby and get something revved up. Maybe we'll have a word with Paul. I just dropped that on him live on Toffee BLUECAST now, but we do like to have a laugh on the channel as well. So I think we've got to do something for the derby. I went as a Spartan for the last derby. Can't expect me look like an idiot, Paul. So yeah, for the derby, we'll probably take it over to Twitter and have a little thing of what we should wear.
You don't need any help in that department.
I don't know. Sometimes I do feel like an idiot. You know what I mean? I'm not as brave as I come across. Right? There are some things that I probably don't want to wear, but I just try and keep this channel entertaining. Right, everybody. Thanks for coming on. We do try and give it, because we moved over from Spaces to YouTube. We still try and give it the Space vibe sometimes with the banter and stuff like that, because Spaces, they're non-existent now. They just don't happen. And we try and get people that like the Spaces to try and give the same vibe on the channel sometimes. So we do like to have a laugh. We do. So just think of this channel, Toffee BLUECAST, as a space sometimes. That's what I'm going to say, Paul. That's how we met, on a space.
It is, yeah. Talking sense, I thought.
And a lot in the comments as well. That's how we met, on a space. So maybe Spaces don't exist on Twitter, but come over here and we can try and still give that sort of feeling to this Toffee BLUECAST. Right, everybody. Have a boss night. I'm looking forward to it. Wake up tomorrow and we've got Everton. We have got Everton tomorrow. I can't wait. Let's do this. Let's drop some music. I'll drop the nice soft song with the fans because it looks amazing. Up the top is everyone. Have a boss one. Thanks. There's 27 on still now, which is cracking. We get regulars all the time now, and that's what we do this for, just so we can get us all together in the Toffee BLUECAST house. Up the top is everyone. Have a boss one.
Take care, everybody.
I never really know what's going on. sometimes like all you want to do is
Get on the stream, we'll be celebrating. I really do.